and we'll see which team wants to pull out all the stops to troll their way into a victory. As the Thresh and Zoe and Janna ban. Looks like everyone's hating on the supports. And then, of course, the Zoe. No shocker.
Yeah. Gee, why would someone ban Zoe? Such a balanced champion. Nothing unbalanced or, horrible about that champion at all. That's why Riot's nerfing her next patch, in case you haven't heard. Anyway, so Hurricane Janna getting the Janna banned away right away. And wow, just so many support bans. It's gonna be the Lux. Have you heard how I feel about support Lux?
You love it. It's your favorite support. You think that everyone
you haven't
should
heard
play
how I feel about support Lux, Jake. I despise support Lux. It's that support that people who have no idea how to play.
We are made by our choices.
Hurricane Janna. This is just general flame. It's not directed at you, but I feel like your support. You're a mid laner, and you get auto-filled, and you're like, I don't want to play support. That's a stupid role.
Deadless is playing his Yorick. I'm thrilled, but Rar, I do have to read your message as you sub for 3 months. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate your support. You have always been so dedicated to the stream and to everything. Under the light of the moon, a young boy sees a far-off man in the distance. The man seems poised, cool, and powerful. Obviously, Wraith. The boy thinks to himself, maybe I should follow. But only if you think the stream is cool, Rar. Only if you think the stream is cool. Deadless, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see your Yorick. You've played on the stream a handful of times before. You've always pulled out something else. I think you've only pulled out Yorick one time before. So excited to see how you do it this time, as it will be a Blitzcrank picked up by Dive. Alright, so we got some spiciness already starting us off as the Lee Sin grabbed by Boxy. So, not your most common champions, but still strong in their own right. Xayah Rakan paired for
I don't have to blame Lux anymore. It looks like it's going to be Lux mid and Blitzcrank support.
No, it's a Blitzcrank top lane. I'm calling it right now. If there's one thing Dive's going to do, it's not going to be playing support Blitzcrank.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I forgot this is a troll. Right.
They're going to do some fun stuff. Looks like, though, Married Moms getting that pair of Rakan and Xayah is really strong. Especially the level 1 to level 2 engage. If you use Xayah's ability to grant both of them that extra range and attack speed on those autos, you can get some really good harass down very early on. So we'll see if they try to do that. But even their late game engage and the just massive mobility that Rakan gets when dashing with those shields around a fight, and his ultimate, that quickness, charming up people, locking them into one place, giving Xayah time to snare all of them with her ultimate. There's such good synergy between those two, so we'll see how those two do, as they are a duo as well. That's Cody J and his girlfriend, Arcane Vixen, that will be playing together. So excited to have you guys on. Thank you for coming out and playing tonight.
Well, aren't they a 5-man squad? Because, well, they kind of have to be a 5-man squad in order to down or scream. So they're not duo queuing, they're 5-man squatting. Get your terms right, Jake.
Yes, but they're playing together in the bottom lane, which I think is cute. And I'll say this a little quietly because my wife is asleep, but I think it'd be really cute if my wife and I were able to play together. And of course, I would be the support main because I am whipped. No, I let my wife play support because she's like, I don't want to hurt anything. All right, well, here's Soraka. Just heal and you're fine. You don't have to hurt anything.
Yeah.
She said the worst thing in the game is to kill Scuttlecrab because he doesn't fight back. She's like, that's terrible.
Cody's like, hold on a second. No, I don't think you're going to get Laura to play League. I'm just saying.
No, that she won't. She won't.
So, what the?
I'm typing. All right, so we're actually going to let the loadout finish the next 45 seconds before we decide where everyone's going because the teams are going to be a little bit complicated, but I like that King Smoke was able to come out and play. It's been actually a couple of weeks that he's tried to come out and play, but it's usually been a little bit later on into the evening, and he hasn't had a chance to actually get into a queue. We haven't done Game 4 in a while. Feel bad a little bit about that, guys, but we did have Dragon Con that came up. It has passed, and there's going to be lots of fun stuff, which I actually want to go into after this game. But best feeder NA, appreciate you playing on an account that doesn't have any crudeness, and regardless of whether you make a smurf or not, I'd really just appreciate the fact that you're playing on an account that doesn't have the other stuff. And now that we've gotten through the loadout, let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions. I'm taking the easy one of Married Moms because I want to. Cody J taking the Rakan support in the bottom lane, Deadless with the York in the top lane, Arcane Vixen with the Xayah, AD carry role, King Smite with the Rengar in the jungle, Best Feeder NA with the Kassadin in the mid lane. Wraith, have fun with single dads.
Okay, so even though you stole my red side, thank you, sir.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. So for team single dads, I'm going to put Lux in the mid lane. I'm going to put Darius in the top lane. Blitzcrank with the teleport. I want to see if he's running the, what is it, Unsealed Spellbook. So I'm going to put it in traditional roles. Blitzcrank, Caitlyn bot lane, because it's a very strong duo. Darius top lane, because he's statted out for it, is what it looks like. And Lux in the mid lane is the most likely, but they could swap it up, and of course Lee Sin in the jungle. So that's going to be Hurricane Janna on Lux in the mid lane, Dive on Blitzcrank in the bottom lane supportive role, Boxy taking Lee Sin in the jungle, and Catnator on Caitlyn in the bottom lane ADC role, and Xeno rounding it out with Darius in the top lane. So, even though I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be the Blitzcrank at the top lane, Caitlyn, Darius bottom lane, Lux in the mid lane, as you said. But I do want to quote or mention very quickly, Catnator on the Caitlyn, I'm a little surprised didn't take it into the jungle, considering that there was one game that I shoutcasted that he played Caitlyn in the jungle and wrecked. And then he played it in a normals game that I was participating in and wrecked. This guy, I don't know how he pulls Caitlyn in the jungle and manages to make it look like not only a viable pick, but something that should be meta. He is really good. Isn't playing it this time, is going a standard AD carry route, which just makes it even more scary for the bottom lane of Married Moms, considering that Catnator is already so good on Caitlyn in the jungle, and now playing it straight up ADC bottom lane. We'll see how Boxy does on the Lee Sin. If you had to predict a team to win, what are your thoughts?
Single dads. If they play their stuff in the correct places, I think single dads will take it home. However, the bot lane between Cody J and Arcane Vixen is pretty strong, being Xayah and Rakan, and Cody has excellent shot calling. Kassadin has good late game scaling. Actually, Kassadin has the advantage over Lux post 6 once he starts scaling a little bit. She's going to have poke and range advantage early until about, I think, level 11 she has advantage. The Rengar, and actually this is closer than I thought looking at it from a compositional standpoint. Darius is going to beat York top lane, I think. Darius is a stronger champion, though York is OP right now. I just think Darius is a better list in general. If he takes the time to kill the what do they call those things? Mistwalkers. If he takes times to kill the Mistwalkers first, I think he will outtrade, especially considering the heal that comes off of his Q and his Flint. So yeah, that's my prediction. I think Darius is going to take over. Caitlyn, I think Caitlyn will win in the bottom lane matchup from a matchup standpoint. Xayah, beating Caitlyn as Xayah is very difficult because she doesn't necessarily have to walk into you to harass you. So I'm going to give that as a matchup. I'm going to give that to Caitlyn over Xayah, Darius over Yorick, though I think Kassadin will take over into the later stages of the game. I have a feeling that Kassadin is just at some point is going to start popping off.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third game of the night. Team Single Dads versus Team Married Moms. This is, of course, as Hurricane Janice said, the premier game to watch to see which team is able to take it all the way to the finish, and in part, which team is able to troll it all the way into a finish, as we're going to watch both teams load into game. I'm still confident that Dive is going to be playing that Blitzcrank in the top lane, and against the Yorick, I think that he will do well, and the main reason for that is because Yorick doesn't know necessarily the best way to deal with Blitzcrank. And no, wait, hold on, it's a Blitz in the mid lane, Darius in the top lane. I have misspoken. Support Lux to the bot side. All right, I am incorrect. So, yep, Kassadin versus Blitz in the mid lane. Let's talk about that.
30 seconds until
Kassadin versus Blitz in the mid lane. I mean, so Kassadin's probably going to take over. Eventually, Kassadin will take over because Blitz can't punish him. Little do they know that they're all walking over wards. But fortunately, they're not facing up against a composition who has really any kind of early game pressure, except for Xayah and Rakan, who are both very powerful in the F1. Kassadin level 1 is amusing. Rengar level 1, depending on whether he's around bush or not, can be powerful. But really, Yorick outside of a lane is just terrible at level 1. So they're not going to be trying to counter anything. But Boxy does want to take away the blue buff with help. And it looks like Cody J and Arcane Vixen are going to be waiting in this bush for when Catinator and Hurricane Janna walk down. They're going to be looking for that level 1 all-in.
All right, Rakan does double knock up. In the meantime, Arcane Vixen is snared up, though, through the Lux Lee Sin here as well. Boxy chasing in. Vixen already chunked out a little bit. Cody J, low the flash forward from Boxy. He lands the Q, goes in for the execution. First blood, and they've snared up Arcane Vixen as well, forcing the flash. Catinator goes in and gets the 90 count. Trades his life, but it's an execution. It's 2 kills to Single Dads. Already started the game off at the bottom side.
That was really clean from Catinator. The auto attack can't after the fact, canceling the animation with the Q to get the execute damage, knowing exactly how much damage he could put forward. But hold on, Rengar level 2 coming in for no. It looks like he's just gonna path down.
Baited Deadless in. He's gonna get chunked out. Down, dropped to about half. Rengar's considering coming in afterwards, but he's grabbing the Scuttle Crab. I was gonna say, I actually give Deadless a little bit more credit in this game. Because I think he's faced up against this Darius matchup several times before, so he does have some familiarity with how those two champions do line up. We'll see how he does, though, as he's already been chunked out a little bit. He's got some sustain using that Corrupting Potion to heal himself back up, as the bleed will knock him right back down. Xeno 3 maybe trying to chase underneath the turret, saw his flash up, going Ghost as well for, I guess, the engages.
Yeah. Like I said, from a champion perspective, yeah, and Xeno's taking the time to knock down those Mistwalkers, so I really do think that Darius wins that matchup because in the early game, he's not Yorick's not going to be able to contest Xeno in any measurable sense, and you can tell that by the farm difference right now, 6-22. King Smoit, he's in trouble.
Oh, he will be shot. He thought maybe the attacks would be able to be enough, but there's the root from Hurricane Janna onto the mid lane. Karthus, he's extremely low and been pulled back. Seed all the way through, so will be dropped. Cody J on the run, getting a little bit of damage onto Catinator, but hopping away from the tilt over Peacemaker. Flash forced out from Deadless. He's running away as the bleed will be taking him extremely low. Needs to back up because Xeno could just walk in and finish him off. He does get the slow and the snare, but he is playing with fire on the the top side after having already burned his flash. But the good thing is Zeno burned his flash as well and didn't get the kill. So there is still a little bit of time for Deadless as Catenator is now solo farming the bot lane till Luck shows up, finds this snare. Rakan getting a nice knock up onto the carry of Caitlyn. She's extremely low. Ignited as well. She's down. Arcane Vixen dropped a little, but Hurricane Jaina has no mana. It's only a couple of autos that she can do as both members are from the side of Married Moms going to back up, but they were able to pick up that kill off on the Caitlyn, who is now 1, 2, and 1 starting the game off.
Yeah, Caitlyn, I didn't actually see how that started, but I assume it was the initiation, the Xayah Rakan combo. Rakan goes in with the grand entrance, followed up by the Xayah root. Now Zeno's pushing in onto the top lane of this tower. I'm thinking he's going to go in on Deadless here if he walks forward, seeing as how Deadless has 0 mana right now and doesn't really have the potential to trade. However, I would counsel against this because
Kingsmoy pulled by a dive across the wall. That's a really good ward from the Blitzcrank to get vision and grab the Rengar straight into the turret. That's actually really bad. Deadless probably dead despite being level 5. There's the bleed ticking down. Xena picks up a kill on the top side, which I think is actually good for Deadless because he needed to back, buy some items, and now teleport back to the top lane as he only has 11 minions to the almost 40 that Darius has.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Zeno definitely playing a very, very strong forward lane, not giving his opponent really the time of day to farm, which is kind of what you expect Darius to do. Speaking of which, Catenator doing a really good job of actually...
Snare onto the Xayah, but knock up from the Rakan keeps Hurricane Jaina from doing too much, but it's the Caitlyn you gotta watch out for. She's running double daggers. Cassidy, though, coming to the bottom side. Catenator's full health, but Hurricane Janna's got no mana. The crit shot onto Arcane Vixen doesn't take him down. Now Best Feeder is here using the ultimate. Immediately takes out the Lux, turning on to Catenator, getting good damage down the Ignite away as well. Cody J's there, but that's a double kill for the Cassin. In the meantime, the Lee Sin found Rengar, finishing him off on the top side jungle, taking him out. Deadless should be able to get his ult shortly, but he is going to be fighting Zeno, who does have his level 6, and that's not exactly what you want to be fighting into.
He just hit level 7, and that's the thing. Somehow, Cassidon is level 6 to Catenator's level 3. Not what you want to see when you're in bot lane. Cody J is level 5. Yeah,
Catenator's 3. How?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. He sacrificed his life in the early game, but I guess he just hasn't been soaking enough XP. I think he did roam. Fortunately,
Kingsmoy dropped low, smites the red buff for a little extra health, and then hops back to the red box. He should be able to still chase this in. One more Q will be able to get him. There it is. Nice positioning to be able to grab that as there are pings from Deadless who tried to come in and help out. Best Feeder's here, though, gets the slow. Blitzcrank's going to pull the cast in. Silence and knock up as well, but a nice ultimate from the Rift Walk from Cassidon gets himself back to the turret, so he will live. He's got some good damage on him, though.
Boxy didn't land the auto attack. I'm surprised. Oh wow. Okay, never mind then. He's just showing up so he can style.
Going in with the flash. Catenator knocked up underneath the turret is low. The shield from Rakan gets him back to the Xayah underneath the turret. So Arcane Vixen helping out with that. Doesn't have heal, but has flash available. Catenator now be able to get up to level 5. Both sides of Married Mom's bottom lane are 5 as well, so they should be hitting their 6 in the semi-near future.
Yeah, I'm looking for an all-in engage from Cody J in the moment they hit 6, because there's going to be a substantial advantage.
Gets the knock-up onto Hurricane Janna. He was rooted for a moment. Shields back. Hurricane Janna dropped low. Cody J still putting pressure on. Catenator getting a couple more autos off. Arcane Vixen not feeling safe, backs out. In the top side, Kingsmoy 1v1 versus Zeno. Here's Deadless, though, gets this slow. And the root as well. Zeno's extremely low. Deadless able to trade it for a kill there. Now dive on the ground after teleporting to the top side. Can Deadless finish him off as he is going to get pushed slowly backwards, but he still has enough mana to grab Deadless and pull him underneath the turret.
Yeah, Boxy in the bottom side jungle. I don't know who wins this fight.
Best Feeder gets the slow. Cody J around the corner, waiting for an opportunity. There's the pull. Pulling Deadless in. His flash is forced out right back out from underneath the turret. Lux ultimate just catches Best Feeder's edge. He will be jumping right back underneath his turret. Boxy here, though. He obviously loves to be aggressive and may go in, especially onto Cody J as he's sitting low. Does have that passive shield available. Nice sidestep, avoids the Sonic Wave from the Lee Sin, but Lux is here as well.
Getting shoved in.
Could be a
Zaya
3v2
has
fight.
ultimate, and so does Rakan.
Rakan deciding to go in with the ultimate, so not going to find anyone. He can't even get a charm onto the Lee Sin. He does Lee Sin charm himself, but still ends up shielding the Catinator and lives. Rengar here, though. King Smoy gets the hop, jump onto Lux, finishes it off, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Support for support. Boxy's still around the corner, but he's extremely low, and King Smoy has more than enough damage to take him out, but he's still level 5, doesn't have his ultimate.
Yeah, and Best Feeder's down here as well. But I have to give props to Boxy for what he put right there, and it looks like Best Feeder's trying to find Boxy in the jungle, but I do have to give Boxy credit. Oh, no! Oh, no!
King Smoy stole the red, and that's going to be Lee Sin dropping Best Feeder, finding him dive, maybe being pinched here, though they don't exactly know where he is without wards. King Smoy now between two people, hops to hit the blast cone just to escape Cassidy around the corner as well. Xeno getting the apprehend, pulls Deadless in, but Deadless has spawned the ultimate as well, so that's going to start draining Xeno down pretty well. Xeno a little bit just outside the turret shot, though, so he flashes forward, wanting the final shot onto Deadless. He's extremely low, takes the turret shot, he goes down before his ultimate can connect. Deadless gets the outplay, dive in the mid lane, pulls in Best Feeder, getting the ultimate as well for the silence, the flash force out from the Cassidy as he's having to go back to the turret just to protect it, clear out the minion wave. He's down about 20 farm as Boxy's gonna find King Smoy in his own jungle. The Rengar does have double buff though, so try, oh, nope, can't get the outplay because Boxy gets a nice ult Q combo. We've seen out of Lee Sin's a number of times. The snare and the ultimate lined up, and the crit shot from Catinator on top of it all. Beautiful play from the bottom side of Single Dads. Eliminates Vixen in one combo.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're ever playing Caitlyn with the snare champion, quick fingers on the W is really important because you can line up the snare, the CC with a proc from your trap, and that will give you instant, and that's going to be first tower goal for the Catinator, I think.
Oh, Cody J using the ultimate to knock up Ignite, getting really good damage onto Catinator. He's burning down extremely low, but healing off of the minions. He will survive. Good attempt from Cody J. He saved the turret, though not for long, and almost got the kill on the Catinator. If he had and hadn't died, Hurricane Janna would not have been able to shove that turret in, as Zaya is here now to defend. Catinator sitting at 200 health. I think now that Zaya used that Q, Catinator will be able to escape and get back to the base.
That was so worth it. Wait, why did Arcane Vixen flash there?
Playing it safe, I suppose. The knock-up onto King Smoy. He flashes, trying to get himself protected, but a nice pullback from Dive is going to guarantee the kill onto the Rengar. He's still extremely squishy. Best Feeder trying to get in position, but Lee Sin, with some beautiful movement with a ward, hops right back in to finish it off.
That was absolutely pointless, and you know it.
But it
he just
looked
jumped to the
real fancy. Catinator now over the wall, getting those crits onto the Drake to finish it off as well. So that's the first Drake of the game. Ocean Drake going over to Single Dads, who are currently 6,000 gold in the lead. Feeling confident. Deadless 1v1ing against Xeno once again on the top side. There's the 5th bleed. Proc the Q and the ultimate. Deadless cannot escape. Doesn't have the speed boost when Xeno pops the Ghost. On the bottom side, they are pushing in, getting some damage down to the turret. I don't think they're going to be able to clear it, though, before Caitlyn gets back.
Yeah, there's no wave incoming, and there's only 2 minions left. So there will be a substantial chunk of damage, but they're not going to be able to put it down. The cannon wave coming in, however, if Caitlyn doesn't have support, they could in theory go for the all-in here. Rakan's ultimate will be up in just a couple of seconds. I believe 7 seconds. So they could force something underneath the turret, as Arcane Vixen still does have ultimate here. And once Lux shows mid, they really do have the potential to do it. It does put them at risk of outplay from Catinator, but they elect not to go for it and just.
Oh, here comes Dive. They're going to try to go in under King Smoy. Apprehend's going to miss, but I think the knockup from Blitz is going to land, and that's going to be a kill. The Xeno picks up his 4th of the game, and at this point, Deadless shouldn't have ulted and should just let the tower die because he doesn't have much to live for up there. We'll get the root onto Darius for a moment, slow him down, but the flash force out by Deadless to avoid the hook from Dive, as they're going to clear the Maiden of the Mist, who's gotten some pretty good life steal off from Xeno, but can't quite finish him off. He's extremely low. Deadless needs one more auto attack. If he had flash now, he could take out Xeno, but Dive is going to let him run. He's extremely low. Deadless, though, gets a little bit of heal off, but the Q from the Blitzcrank is going to finish him off. Vix is going to drop.
Oh, the outplay!
And Catinator able to pick up 2 underneath the turret. Yeah, we probably should back up and watch what happened.
Yeah, I'm watching that. Wow. Okay, that was pretty wonderful right there. Well played, Catinator. 2v1 double kill outplay underneath the tower. All ultimates used. Wow.
Well watch King Smoke jump in onto Dive. Should be easy to finish him off. He uses the broken stopwatch. He will be flashing, but still going down. Now we're going to jump back to live, because I think we're just going to get through a little bit of farming. And we're back to live. Kassadin jumping over. Luck's going to try to get a little bit of damage. Best Feeder wants to finish off Boxy, but he's 1v3. The positioning from Boxy, and that's going to leave... Whoa, wait, the ultimate from Caitlyn was stopped. Lux still was able to pick up the kill off onto Kassadin, but good movement from Cody J with the knockup. Stops Caitlyn ultimate. The top lane, Rengar goes down. Xeno's lining up for a second ultimate. Takes out 2 in the top side solo. And at this point, Single Dads is just playing with their food. They're continuing to push in hard in all lanes, and 4v1 is a trade anyone would take any day.
Yeah, as like I was saying early, I really do think... Okay. Boxy has damage. It is like I was saying earlier, I think that Darius wins that matchup really hard. I don't see any way that Yorick can really trade with him effectively. Because, I mean, you get close and then Darius, pulls you in, gets the decimate. Hold on. Feeder managing to get the shutdown.
Kassadin, can he finish it off? Hurricane Janet getting knocked up, so Kassadin will get a double kill on the bottom side, which will give him a little bit of extra shutdown gold. 800 on that Lee Sin. Yeah, at this point, Kassadin's the one and only hope for Married Moms to carry hard and really try to get through. Xeno clearing the wall, just goes in on the turret as Deadless is desperately trying to defend it. Pops the Maiden of the Mist just to help on the clear, but at this point, the turret's already dropped to half as well. So he will be being pushed back. Arcane Vixen with Cody J joining in. Oh, the Hex Tech
Protobelt.
I'm actually surprised Rakan even built that. But okay, if it's a fun game, why not?
No, it makes sense. It's the same reason some Threshes buy it. It gives you added mobility to get an unexpected engage off.
Mid lane turret drop down to half. Single Dad's going to get the nice pull from Dive. Get another hook onto Arcane Vixen. Drops her. Xeno's low, but he can heal up, especially if he lands another of those nice Qs in the sweet spot. Deadless is fairly full, popping that Corrupting Potion, just trying to make sure that he's full health. His Queen's Void's going to be found and shut down. Xeno just waiting for an opportunity to use the ultimate. Takes out Deadless. Very simple. In the meantime, the mid lane turret is continuing to get chunked down. Single Dads cleans it up, and this game is not going to be live for much longer.
Yeah, Catinator incredibly fed after that 2v1 outplay, as Darius is just obscenely fed. But Cody J doing his best to just... He almost manages to take out Catinator with a taunt underneath the turret. Solo versus everybody. Best Feeder, I really don't think Kassadin wants that fight against the 7-2 Darius. Though the shutdown gold would be really nice.
Alright, 3 members are going to get the root onto Blitzcrank, but I think that it's not going to do much. York taken out once again. King Smoit ulting right through everybody. Going to try to jump on Dive, drop him low, but he cannot finish him off. Arcane Vixen dropped to half with one shot from the Caitlyn, who's now going to use the ultimate. Arcane Vixen will live under 200 health. Kassadin finishes off one. He's doing his best to get through. Rakan able to pick up the Blitzcrank, but will die in the process. Best Feeder going back to the turret. 6 and 5. One man who can maybe get this team back into some semblance of a fighting order, but the game has already been lost so far, as Single Dads takes out 2 inhibitors and continues to follow the minions pushing in. Catinator playing aggressively. The Apprehend pulls Kassadin in, and Darius just has way too much damage. Oh gosh, he has damage.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're 9-2 now. You have a completed Trinity Force and screw tankiness. I've got a BF sword and attack speed boots.
Level 14.
Why not? They might just go for the end right here. I don't think there's anything that single moms can do, or married moms can do. Catinator jumping very well outside of that taunt.
Xeno trying to get the pentakill, but he doesn't get the ultimate off. Can anyone shut him down? The heals are way too much. Lux steals a kill on Yorick as Best Feeder moves in, but is going to get hit by that crit shot. Dodges the Quilt of a Peacemaker. Looking for opportunity to go into Catinator extremely low.
Charm?
Cody J getting a double man knockup as well as the charm. Kassadin trying to finish off 2. Will get both of them. Double kill. Blitzcrank pulls Kassadin back. He gets the slow, but the silence is going to be too much. He jumps over the wall. Survives for the moment. Xeno's extremely low. King Smite goes in, and the Rengar gets the shutdown. Kassadin is extremely low. Will be taken out by Lee Sin, who's trying to finish people off. He gets the Dragon Rage kick, knocking Arcane Vixen away, but extremely low. King Smite to the backside as well. Will be seen knocked up by Blitzcrank to be finished off. Arcane Vixen still live. Best Feeder quits the game. GG.
Yeah, that was a rather questionable play right at the end by King Smite. I wasn't quite sure why he decided to walk straight into... they recently changed Rengar's... Well, not recently. It's been, like, over a year. But they changed his ultimate to be a camouflage rather than an actual stealth like it was before. So that if you're close enough... So he just kind of walked through 2 really fed members and just got obliterated rather than jumping on somebody and giving him a fighting chance. But... doesn't really matter how... Wow. Okay, so King Smite almost died, and then Best Feeder was like, no, you're gonna die.
King Smite still doing his best. 8, 7, and 2. Best KDA definitely this game for his team. 17 kills to 39 by Team Single Dads. They've decimated in pretty much every single lane, including the jungle. Cody J starting the quickness, wanting to jump in, find somebody, but he can't get a charm at all, and will be shut down a little bit too hard there, as Rengar will also be dropped. Catinator throwing out a little bit of swag as he gets the double kill, and they move in underneath to the Nexus turret, the only one remaining, down to a 4 health. Kassadin with 1 ultimate and a W finishes off Caitlyn.
Yeah, I was just waiting right after Kate popped the swag. I was like, eh. Be Kassadin. Whoa!
Kassadin hits the Lee Sin too. So Kassadin doing Kassadin things as Feeder bounces backwards, avoiding Hurricane Janna's snare. Xeno's
just like, jump on me. You won't do it.
Like, I wonder if Xeno could 1v5. Let's go, Xeno. Let's watch it. Let's see it happen. I'm not sure what he's doing just standing there.
I think he's taunting. He's like, you guys won't. Go ahead, I'll give you free shots.
There's not much going on in ult chat, which I do try to pay attention to. Ooh, Kassadin getting a good amount of damage. There he goes. Finishes Lux off as well. Now moving on to dive. Another ultimate gets him close enough. Finishes
Speaking of 1v5
as well. Now comes Xeno. He's up on the menu. Drop down to half. Chasing forward. He gets good damage down, but King Smite finishes the Darius off, and the game is not over yet, as Single Dads, without any cohesive push, are continuing to feed these kills into married moms. Catinator gonna find King Smite in the jungle, but King Smite gets the red buff.
Whoa, that trap was good. That trap was really good.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh
and
no!
Caitlyn's dead. Oh, Lee Sin's dead. But Caitlyn is going to kill Kassadin because he doesn't have his ult up a second time. Deadlift's going to try to finish off Catinator. Arcane Vixen here going to be dropping low with the ultimate. Going to be trying to get in position for the root. Does get it, and the charm quickness from Rakan's going to help him take out Catinator. Deadlift under 200 health. Needs to back and heal on the fountain, but the base is held for now. And that's actually surprising how long they've held it.
Yeah, Kassadin really could have just gotten himself a double kill right there, but I think he wasn't anticipating them, and it was just kind of AFK walking out. He's like, oh, look, 2 people. kill, and he missed the ultimate onto the top of Caitlyn first. If he'd gotten the AoE onto both, he could have gotten both kills. But unfortunately, did not, and ended up sacrificing his own life and giving over like a.
So with this small pause, late game, which team has the better composition?
Late game, that's a good question, actually.
Hurricane Janet doesn't go down immediately. Will be dropped to Kassadin, though, after being able to pick up Rengar in a trade to silence on to die, but he still uses the ultimate as Best Feeder's going to dash forward, pick up a second kill. Double kill, 15, 8, and 4. Kassadin is carrying this team forward as Boxy's now in trouble. He's going to get slowed down, dropped as well. Triple kill to the Kassadin. Darius is solo pushing the bottom side, but Catinator is all by himself in the mid lane. Arcane Vixen may be able to find the route down. Kassadin coming in from the side, dashes forward, misses it, but still gets the kill. Xeno distracted on the bottom side with the quickness. Taunt going to turn on to finish off Cody J. Misses the Q, doesn't get the knockup, but has to sidestep it. There's the ultimate, though, finishing off for Khan. He's going to be solo pushing it as Deadless on the Yorick is going to come to try to defend bot lane side, and he should be able to do so. Xeno healing massively, but King Smoit's here to finish Darius off. And it's a turnaround on the bottom side. Best Feeder solo pushing
Married Mom's turning this around.
This is comebackable as Hurricane Jetta ignited, now dropped low. The ult again from Kassadin. And there's the turret being finished off by the mid lane. Best Feeder doing what he can to continue to push. That's 2 turrets in the mid lane, dropped a lot of gold back to Married Moms, who have now dropped it to only 10,000 gold behind.
Only 10,000 gold. But the thing is, when you asked me which team has the better late game composition, and that's my answer right there. One team has Kassadin, and the other one doesn't.
Oh my gosh, Best Feeder is able to...
See?
Holy crap! Takes out 3 for a triple kill. It really is Best Feeder and a one-man show. 21-8, the ungodly amount of damage that he just did to Caitlyn. And there's no one that built squishy or tanky for the side of single dads, so Kassadin can do this to practically anyone.
Buy a Majia's Soul Stealer, please.
Oh.
Hold on, a challenger approaches.
Finally
Xeno
a challenger
incoming.
that may be worthwhile. 1v1, here we go. Xeno dropped low, Best Feeder dropped as well, and Xeno gets the last hit with a nice AoE Q, but now it is coming onto the Baron from Married Moms. They're going to try to be going for it. Darius unable to contest at the moment. He's distracted by York. Free pushing the top side. He'll go in, but Deadless doing exactly what he needs to do, which is distract people, which means Baron is still down to half. It's got a little bit of a ways to be finished off. Lee Sin coming around the side. Can they finish it off in time? Boxy coming up. It's so close. He might be able to jump in. He misses. Oh, that is so good. He misses the Sonic Wave, and the charm from Rakan means that they're able to grab it. Now they should be all dropping in the meantime, though. King Smoit flashing the wall to get out of the Baron pit, so 2 escape with the Baron buff. But man, Arcane Vixen dodging the Sonic Wave, and then Lee Sin, or Rakan getting the charm on Lee Sin was beautiful to keep him from stealing Baron, because that was a very real possibility.
No, it was more than a possibility, because King Smoit missed his smite. It was down to 150 HP, and Arcane Vixen ended up picking it up with an auto attack. So it would have been 100% a Baron steal from Boxy. Best Feeder in A now, well, very fed.
He's got
poor Scuttlecrab.
2/3 of his entire team's kills. And yeah, to say he's fed is a little bit of an understatement. As he's getting in position to grab.
He's got to be careful though,
minions.
Guys, if he goes down.
Oh,
my eyes.
Oh, all right. Wait, Boxy here though. He's got the execution. He takes out Feeder and A, which means that there is a nice push opportunity from Team Single Dads, because they don't have that one carry for the side of Married Moms.
Yeah, they don't need to get cocky here. If they don't get back into their base, they have a naked Nexus. So if one more person goes down, the game is just over. Nobody right now can deal with Xeno, and Deadless is soloing the dragon. He really shouldn't be doing that right now. King Smoit getting tagged, and he's probably going to be... No, he's not going to be taken down yet. King's Point needs... I was anticipating him jumping to a minion.
Oh, Cody J and Arcane Vixen are here. He's going to miss with the quickness, though. Misses everything, and Xeno's here as well. Apprehend doesn't quite find either of them. Cody J in trouble, though. He's going to be dropped, and that's
the end of the game.
That's game. Cassidon's up in 8 seconds, but I doubt that he
Hold
can
on.
handle 4 people at the same time.
1v9.
Deadless did grab the Ocean Drake, though. Can Cassidon do it? Deadless is recalling, so there will be
versus the
2.
world, boys.
Cassidon needs to play it safe. If he gets CC'd out, especially with the silence from the Blitzcrank, it could be the end of the game. Deadless here to provide that main distraction, the pull from the Blitzcrank, but he doesn't use the ultimate. Cassidon going forward, finds the Lee Sin. Xeno here clearing up minions, could go on to the Nexus itself. That's extremely low. He finishes off Flux before the ultimate can go through, but Xeno gets the ultimate, and now Deadless dashes forward, trying to finish off the Blitzcrank, but will be dropped, and that should be game. Xeno wants a little bit more KDA, though. King Smoit pulled out away from the base, and Xeno's just way too strong and super tanky. And the Nexus is gone in basically 3 hits, maybe 4 hits. And Single Dads, despite Married Mom's almost comebackable moment with a 25-kill Cassidon, Single Dads still take victory in the game regardless.
You remember what I said? I said Darius was going to pop off, and I said eventually Cassidon's going to go on a rampage. I was right.
On both accounts.
Actually, I said Catnator was going to do well too. I wasn't sure about the... Blitzcrank did a lot better than I expected, I'll be honest. Anyway, so we're going into MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts. Before the losing team, Married Moms with a valiant showing... Despite so honorable mention over to Cody J. There were a couple of instances where he both saved turrets and almost got solo kills, despite being a support with basically no damage, even though he did build a little bit of damage onto AP. But let's face it, Rakan's ratios aren't that good. So that's going to be an honorable mention over to him. But the MVP obviously goes to the ADC. But no. Best feeder in A. I mean, come on. That was almost the hypiest thing we've seen on stream. Had that been a full comeback, especially that 1v5 at the end, I was like, I want to see this. I want to see this so bad. But the CC was just too strong. Totally worth the MVP. Let's check out the damage. 44,000 damage. Yeah, so best feeder in A getting that MVP. So MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for the winning team. Let's go with the Single Dads, keeping their victory streak one more time. I'm going to give the honorable mention over to Boxy. Shoot, this is going to actually hard. Like, Boxy's early game getting people rolling. Yeah, Boxy needs the honorable mention. Getting people rolling. He was super effective, invading into King Smoit's jungle early, ganking into the bot side, along with Lux coming around the back of the lane. And then he didn't actually go top very much, but that's because he didn't really need to, because the MVP goes over to Xeno when everything was falling apart and Cassidon was one-shotting everyone. Who did you call? Xeno with the Darius. Buys himself a Spirit Visage, and the Dunk Master managed to carry it out at the very end. So yeah, that's why he gets the MVP. Crushing his lane and then ending up being that rock that kept them from getting it turned around on him.
ADC bias. Wait, what?
For Catnator's like, but oh yeah, okay, and also a serious shout out to Catnator though. That 2v1 outplay under turret was delectable to watch. I watched it back a couple of times, just go, whoa, that was awesome. Anyway, so shout out for him. Anyway, that was a really fun game to watch.
Whoa, let's chill on the raging. It's unfair because you are plats. Okay. So, guys, King Smoit. If you felt that it was unfair, which I can get. I can get that it felt unfair, especially if you say that I was to play these games, guys. Let's just chill for a second, all right? Say that I was to play these games, King Smite. I'm a silver trash player, right? I would easily be ending up against diamonds or platinums or golds because there's a lot of highly skilled players in these games. I will probably get trashed because I am not a good player. I'm not saying you're not a good player, but I'm saying I'm not a good player. So there will be times that you're just going to be up against somebody of higher skill cap than you. Now, that said, if you want to lane against somebody of equal skill level, then you're more than welcome to either wait for a game that has people of your similar ranking, if you're a gold and you want to play against some more golds, or just see on who on the other side is a gold player, and then just play against that person in lane. So you see, oh, there's a gold person, and he pretty much always plays top. I'll play top lane against this gold person. That's okay. But the main thing to keep in mind is that these games are custom games that are just for fun. You literally don't lose anything besides a little bit of time playing in these custom games, and they aren't meant to be taken very seriously. Now, if you want to take them seriously, we have players like Yuki who does take them seriously, and he does an incredibly good job, and he uses them as great practice. Deadless, who is a very new player, still extremely new to the game, uses them to play against people that are far above his skill level so that he can get experience on what it is to play against someone that is way better than him. He said it himself in chat. He got destroyed. But he's a bronze, but has delusions of challenger, is that he is so new, but he's okay with playing people way above his skill cap because he wants that experience of what it is to play at a much higher level, to be challenged. If that's not for you, that's not for you, and that's okay. If you come on the stream and 3, 4, 5 times in a row, you don't have fun playing in the games, then maybe Tuesday night stream games are just not the games for you. There's no reason why you should be playing games you don't have fun in. Maybe you come to Thursday night when we're playing as a group community games on League for whatever the current fun role is. I think Blitz is still out. Maybe that's more of your jam. That's okay. Not everyone
Blitz
plays
is
League
permanent.
the same. So, yeah, Blitz is permanent, but it needs to be updated. It needs to be, oh, I'm sorry. I do. I still refer to Yuki as a he. I apologize. Yuki is a she. And for some reason, it just got locked in my head. I'm sorry, Yuki, if you're on the stream for saying he. Again, I'm really bad about that. I need like a saying the wrong gender, I guess, little jar for each time that I do it wrong. So rip me, indeed. So, King Smite, I understand that you didn't have a fun game. It does happen, and I'm really, really sorry about it that time. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, mostly to Wraith, it's 12/12. What are you doing tomorrow?
What am I doing tomorrow? Going into the shop, as usual.
Do you have time for a game 4 or no?
Do I have time? Yes. I don't know if I can actually stay awake through it. I got up 6:30 this morning, and shop for 10 hours. So I can try. I can't promise energy, but I'm coming up on like 14 hours awake.
I was saying what we could do is, if you wanted to go to bed, I can play a couple games of League with the community afterwards, and we could do that instead. That way you get to sleep, and I can just stream some games with the community, playing with them, and we'll save more casting for Thursday night and whatnot. Is that okay, or do you want to try for a game 4?
You guys can let's have the community vote. Would they rather play game 4 or play? I can do either. I just can't. I can't promise I'm going to be hypey because I'm exhausted, but I can stay up for another game. So, what do you guys want to do? Another game or what?
We'll see who all joins in for game 4. How fast it fills out.
Nong Nong wants to do 1v1s.
Play 1v1 matchups. if Yuki was still on, I would do Yuki versus Seal top lane. 5v5 ultimate bravery, both teams.